Last episode, we successfully finished the Circle of Mages. We rescued the mages, and we've now got their word that they're going to be an ally for us, which is excellent because mages are powerful. Now, we are back at camp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around all of our friends. We're going to talk to them, see if we can get any quests off them. We'll start off with Alistair. And then once we do that, we'll... I've actually got up on my computer here, like, because we've got so many gifts in our inventory. We'll give the correct gifts to the right people, and we'll get their... What do you call it? Get their affinity up with us, more so.
What do you need?
Sup, my brother. I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
How did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
No, I mean before that. Very funny.
I do my best.
I know you do.
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
Mad skills. You don't seem to like the religious sort.
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Do you think this is better than being a Templar?
Oh, I suppose the Chantry life is good enough for some. Here, we have the chance to fight against the Blight. To actually do some good instead of sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
He was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
Good. There we go. We got a little bit of approval off him. Right, who's next? We'll talk this. We've already talked to Sten. He actually accosted us when we entered the place. Talk to Liliana.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantry Cloister?
Quiet. It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
How were they condescending?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
What did you say to them?
What can I say to them? What they believe is what the Chantry says, and the Chantry is infallible, yes? Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
I would agree with that. It isn't for man to decide. If the Maker was real, that is.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
You alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but you're right. There's still some life in those old bones. You are very sprightly for your age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't.
Not with that attitude, you won't be. Who the hell's Emissary Panther? What's it? Allied supply crates. Communal box for resources you collected for your troops. Or turn in runes for the circle. Go on then. Wait, they leave. I don't want to do that yet because I don't actually have any room for rewards. Liliana, Wynne, Sten, Alistair. We'll talk to Sten again. He might have something else to say. I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak then.
Okay, maybe
Then I
not.
suggest we move on.
A
I am
question?
hardly surprised.
Nah,
Very well.
we've spent this guy's
As you
dialogue.
wish.
Well, wait there. Did we spend everybody's
What do you need?
dialogue? Ask
Ask
you
away.
something. You said that all Eamon raised
Did
you.
I say that? I meant that dogs raised me. Giant slobbering dogs from the Anderfells. A whole
That's
pack
not a
of them,
surprise. That would explain the smell.
Well, it wasn't until I was 8 that I discovered you didn't have to lick yourself clean. Old habits die hard, you know.
So there's a horde of Darkspawn, I'm told.
Point taken. Let's see, how do I explain this? I'm a bastard. And before you make any smart comments, I mean the fatherless kind. My mother was a serving girl in Redcliffe Castle who died when I was very young. Arleman wasn't my father, but he took me in anyhow and put a roof over my head. He was good to me, and he didn't have to be. I respect the man, and I don't blame him anymore for sending me off to the Chantry once I was old enough.
Yeah, do you know who your father is? Your original father, your biological one?
I know who I was told was my father. He died even before my mother did, anyhow. It isn't important. Arleman eventually married a young woman from Orlais, which caused all sorts of problems between him and the king because it was so soon after the war. But he loved her. Anyhow, then you, Arlessa, resented the rumors which pegged me as his bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10, just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
You're probably luckier than most orphans.
I suppose you're right. I wasn't raised as the Arl's son, though, if you're picturing that. I slept in hay, out in the stables, not on silk sheets. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall and it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Arl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there, and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
And you think the all will help us? You were young, to be fair.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been, the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that. I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man, and well loved by the people. He also was King Kaelin's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did.
You could be a good
Anyway,
ally.
That's really all there is to the story.
Well, cheers for telling me about it. Okay. So you can get extra dialogue from them. I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lotharin's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
A fine specimen of a woman. You don't seem to belong in a cloister. Beautiful, charming woman. A beautiful, charming woman.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lotharing cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique, because
Oh,
then
she's filthy.
they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
Well, not if you can't get access to it. What about your fruit? Is it forbidden?
My fruit? Well, it is not technically forbidden, but it's not freely given either. Not everyone gets a bite.
But I'm
I can't
hungry.
believe I'm having this conversation. But no, I did not take vows. The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
She is getting wetter than an otter's pocket. Your skills were learned before your time in the chantry.
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Interesting. She liked that. Oh, she likes being talked to like a dirty girl. We'll have to remember that. Morrigan. Yeah, it's the last person we haven't spoke to. Look at her new clothes, she looks badass.
What do you wish of me?
Discuss something personal.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Why are you still here?
I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer.
No. I don't want you to leave.
Then I assume our discussion ends here.
What the fuck? -10? What? Bro. Oh, I don't even know if I've had the conversation with these people anymore.
What do you need? Ask away. Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but
Oh, wait
well
there. I
made.
think I did actually. Wait
I'm
there.
a sucker for good tailoring. I used to be. You don't really...
I think I did actually save it there, did I? I don't know, lads. I don't know what I've done. What have I done?
Yes? Something you need? Yes? What's on your mind?
Okay, we actually did save it. We can continue these questions. I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Someone told me this. I read it in a history book.
And did you not think that this could be historical fact and no longer true?
That's why I'm asking.
Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
What's the difference?
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably, but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
Do they spy on Ferelden?
Some do. Mostly, it is nobles spying on other nobles. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You know quite a bit about these bards. I knew it. You're not just some innocent sister.
I have revealed too much, it seems. But it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past.
But that's where you learn to fight.
My skills served me well. But the day finally came when I decided to just put them aside. I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
That's pretty interesting.
Yes?
Anything
Something
else?
you need?
Can you teach me to be a bard?
I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
Oh, specialization unlocked bard. This is awesome. Okay.
Yes?
So do these people
Something
have
you need?
quests or not? Maybe they don't. Let's finish off everybody's
What do you
dialogue.
need? Ask away.
What kind of Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
Were you addicted to lyrium?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Lucky you.
What do you need? Ask away.
Can't... Oh, we've already said that, haven't we? Can you teach others to be a Templar?
I suppose I could. But I really would rather not. When the Grand Cleric let Duncan recruit me, she made me swear never to reveal Templar secrets outside of the Chantry. I'd rather not go back on my word.
What about me? You don't think this is important?
Of course I do. It's just... I don't think you necessarily need Templar secrets to defeat the Darkspawn. Ask me later, perhaps. Maybe I'll change my mind. This is not something small you're asking, after all.
Ah, okay. So if we get this guy
What
happy...
do you need? Ask away.
Why have you remain a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Same bro. I thought they wore heavy plate.
That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight.
And you had lots of these pillow fights, I bet.
Pillow fights? I mean, no, of course not. I meant sword fights. With rusty swords, dripping with acid. The kind that puts hair on your chest. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I do really want to know.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The
Truth?
truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What do you enjoy about it?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
My home was taken over by All How.
Right. Stupid of me to ask. I'm sorry. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
So we got an extra approval off him there. Right, we'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go and speak to Morrigan. That's the last person we'll speak to. Then I imagine when we give the gifts to everyone, we'll be able to get their, well, bonuses if they've got them.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer?
I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend.
It is a true legend. But it is just a legend, right?
So I assume. My mother has walked the wilds far longer than I. Who am I to suggest what things she has done and not done in her past? Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know?
Can you change into other human forms as well? Can anyone become a shape changer?
Anyone with sufficient will. But the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. If you had a notion to learn such a skill for yourself, sadly, you must remain disappointed.
What about other human
The
forms?
form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
I mean, it would be exceptionally powerful if she could change to other humans. Imagine the chaos she could cause. You spend time as an animal, a lot of time.
There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary.
It sounds pretty awesome, to be honest. And what do other animals think of you when you changed?
They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch?
Not at all. I think they are quite useful.
Oh, you're simply full of surprises, little man, aren't you?
Little
But enough
man.
of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Little man. She called me little man.
What do you wish of me?
I'm a strapping young fellow.
If you must.
You grew up in the Korkari Wilds.
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information, do I?
No, but we're all different. I want to know about you. I've given you good armor. Have I not given you a good life? You can probe me anytime.
Beg pardon, then, while I jump for joy. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time, I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
But you did keep going back to the wilds.
Would you not do the same? Your world is an unforgiving and cold place. The wilds I hail from is home to me, and I a natural denizen. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Quick thinking.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play. The
Master
point being
manipulator.
that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
What, shaking hands? Like a handshake?
To begin with, yes. What is the point of touching my hand? I find it an offensive intrusion. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes. How to eat at a table. How to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Well, I am glad it worked out this way.
Yes? Let's ignore the entire Darkspawn threat and the presence of a simpleton as your only other Grey Warden ally, then. Not that I lack appreciation for the intent of your comment. Thank you. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Would you like to touch my hand? Bro, Morrigan's getting wetter than an otter's pocket as well.
Yes. If you must.
Can you teach others to become shape
I
changers?
cannot teach you, no. But any other mages that cared to learn, yes, I could do that. Send whoever you wish my way.
Awesome.
And I shall teach them what I can in the camp, provided they possess the will to even make the attempt.
So now we've got that unlocked. But we're not a mage, so we can't benefit from it. I need some warrior unlocks. Bro, Sten? He won't talk to us anymore. What can Win unlock? Right, tell you what, forget about that. What we're going to do is, I'm going to start giving gifts to people. Right, so get the inventory out. Gifts. Where are they? These are gifts. Ah, it lets you know who you can give gifts to. Alistair. I want him to make us a Templar, or at least give us the option. So what does he like? Alistair. Right, Alistair likes complete gynecology of the kings of Ferelden. Does he like that? No. Grey Warden hand puppet. I mean, who else would like that? Liliana does. Quinari. Butterfly sword. I don't. It's not telling us like gifts for Alistair. I've got a better idea. I'm gonna have to Google it. Grey Warden. Control and F. It's not even. These gifts aren't even in the wiki. It's so weird. I don't care. Alistair, he's getting a puppet. Maybe you just give them to anyone. He like a Grey Warden hand puppet.
I could get used to this, you know.
Plus 50. Jesus wept. Sten will definitely like the Qunari prayers for the dead.
I am impressed. My
Oh my
thanks.
god. Oh my god. These are insanely good. Why didn't I just do this in the first place? I didn't realize it gave us plus 50. Oh, they're inspired. Oh, damn.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
Templar.
Sure, I could. I could even teach you, I suppose. Anyone who's been trained as a warrior. I guess if I'm going to give up Chantry secrets, I may as well go all the way. Send whoever you want trained to me in camp, and I'll see what I can do.
Oh my god. This is amazing. This is amazing. Right, save that there. What about Win? What do you think? We've already got Liliana's approval. We got Morrigan's approval. We need Win's approval. What is she like? Amulet of Memories. We've got another Grey Warden hand puppet.
A generous gift.
She liked that. She really liked that.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
No, the ones in the tower, the first I've ever seen.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
It would be something good to investigate. If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
You're welcome.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
I want to start asking the questions. I want to ask, can you train us in anything? The short story, I met Duncan and he liked me.
Ah, you are keeping this tale to yourself, I see. Fair enough. Forgive me for prying.
It's okay. I could tell you.
I am interested to hear.
All how massacred my family.
Arl Rendon Howe? The Earl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you?
Who knows, he had always been a friend of us Cuslans. Out of jealousy, he wanted Highever, my father's tyranny.
You are the last of the Cuslans? I had no idea. My lord?
I'm just a Grey Warden now. How will pay for what he's done to me? I'm going to say how will pay for what he's done to me.
Do not be blinded by your desire for revenge. Rendon Howe will get what he deserves in time. Such deeds cannot go unpunished. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
It's very good. I will do my duty, but I won't forget what Howe did.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't think she's got any things she can teach.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
Oh my god, she never shuts up. I've been chosen to do something important. Glory and honor on the battlefield.
If that is your goal, then I'm afraid you will be a poor Grey Warden anyway. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves, or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I mean, this is a teachable moment. I appreciate it. I'll keep that in mind. I mean, I suppose it makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
I am no king. I don't want power. I've never wanted it.
If you live apart from others and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Okay. These conversations are actually really good. Like, she kind of put me in my place there, and I respected it. Let's speak to Sten. What can he teach me?
Not quite as callow as I thought.
I'm a
That
beast.
is unexpected.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So will you tell me now why you were
I
caged?
caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
Exactly what happened?
I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
What about the other Canary?
I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
Probably dropped it on the battlefield.
Perhaps. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
Do you know where it was?
They said they found me with nothing.
And then?
I killed them. With my bare hands.
Fair enough.
I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
You panicked over a lost blade?
That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know me as soulless, a deserter. No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath.
Couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Calenhad.
We'll find it.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Oh, we could get a good sword here. Right, so that's everybody. Now, lads, this might be a bit boring. We need to outfit everybody, lads. The worst part about this game probably is the inventory system, the inventory management. It's awful. Sten. Right, Sten, you need Templar helm. That looks good. It's exactly the same. Heavy chainmail, heavy plate armor. Oh, yeah. I'll give him the Konari cap, just because you still can see his face. But he's wearing the beast stuff, that's good. Right. Sword, 11. Got that. He's got heavy chainmail boots. And he's got these. Thing is though, I don't actually know if I'm going to take him into... Oh. I don't know if I'm going to take him into battle, if you know what I mean. I'm probably going to stick with my team that I had. The two mages seem really good. And Lilani. Okay, next. Alistair. We need to give him beast stuff. His sword is 7.7. 8.4. Remember, it's the sword he's got actually better. Balance, great, no. Yeah, shield? 4. He's got a 4 shield. Still got the best shield. Helm? Much better. There we go. Armor? Gale, heavy chainmail. Oh, there we go. He looks quite good. That actually suits him. What about boots? Have you noticed with chainmail boots? There we go. He's got a full set of armor. What about gloves? Inscribed. Oh, they're for a mage. Gloves. Leather gloves. Decent. There we go. She's got the full set of that armor on. Win. Leather gloves, no. Her clothes better. So she's not going to wear scale armor or anything. Right, that's good. Then boots, heavy chainmail. Chainmail. Okay, there we go. One thing I think we're good there. Weapon wise. Sell everything. What up with it? Liliana. What is Bregan's bow? 24 dex. I mean, short bow too. I mean, we could give that a I think we'll give that to her when she can equip it, but she needs 24 dex. Okay. Amulets. So, I'm thinking we need to make room in our inventory. So let's sell a load of stuff that we're not going to use.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure...
Okay. Shock bomb, never going to use it. Beastman's dagger, 24 dex. Enchanted dagger, 4.4. Great sword, never going to use great swords anymore. Balanced great sword. Oathkeeper will keep. Warden's longsword will keep. Shortbow, longbow will keep them. All these bolts and magic staffs will settle on them. They're all terrible. Acolyte's staff was terrible as well. Armor. We can get rid of everything. Soldier's helm. We'll keep that. Leather gloves. No one needs them. Flintmail boots. Sell. 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 I'll keep the heavy chainmail. Templar armor. Oh, I forgot. Wait there. Can he wear Templar armor? He can't. 27 strength, that's why. But it is good. If we can get him to 27 strength. We did it. Oh, there we go. Now he's looking badass. Happy days. 32 strength for the bulwark of the true king. Was it 32 strength? It was. Let's do that. Boom. Now he's got some good stuff. Decent. What's that? Now hold on. Did we not have a bow? Dragon's bow. Damage 7. 6. This requires 24 dex, so if we level her up... But hold on, didn't we need something from her? She can't level up, so that makes no difference. Can't do that yet. Right, let's continue selling stuff.
Something you need? I'm sure either my boy or I can help. I'm sure...
Oh, Marabai War Harness. Hold on. 2 Constitution. Decent.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed.
We're never going to use this. We're never going to make stuff from poison, so let's get rid of all this. Venom, terrible. Spirit Bomb. We're never going to use this stuff up. Rubies and emeralds. Possibly. Trade manifest, we can definitely sell them. We'll sell the private documents. Blank vellum. Not sure. A stick as a gift. Loot's gifts. So many gifts. Flask cell? We need deep mushrooms. We need 10 of them, so we're saving them up. -1 dexterity. We're never going to equip someone with that. So what we should do is, now that we've 1 willpower, 10% cold. Win has a regular gold ring. Regular memory band I'm not interested in. Den's got armor pen, stamina regen, constitution and fire and spirit resistance. I think take them off him. He has to wear that. He's just got gold rings on. Okay. Morrigan's got... I think Morrigan would be more beneficial having... Spirit resistance. We'll keep willpower on her. Win needs... She doesn't need none of that. So Sten can... What about Alistair? Oh, he's just got them. So Sten can have that. Armor penetration will suit him. Resistance. Take that off him. That's a belt. An amulet. 6 defense, yeah. Alistair doesn't need a belt. Morgan, give the belt to her. She's a staple of our party, we're not getting rid of her. 1 willpower. She's got 2 magic belt. Okay, that's decent. Who doesn't have a belt? Sten doesn't. That's an amulet, sorry. Everybody else has got amulets. Okay.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please. I'm sure you'll be pleased with...
I'm never going to use these, ever. I'm just going to sell them. I don't even know what they are. Nobody's ever going to use that. Chance to avoid missile attacks. 4 attacks, good. That's just sentimental value, I'm selling it. Never going to use that. Get rid of all these rings. Iced band. Iced band for... We'll give her one. We could actually give her both. I'll give one to win. Actually, today what I'm going to do, I want to give both. To win. She needs as much defense as she can get. Right, I think we're doing good. Inventory's looking still pretty high. What takes up, lads, what takes up all this inventory? How does anyone play the game with inventory management like this? It actually really annoys us. Creationist's Code. When did anybody get that? Finding random stuff in the inventory.
I'm sure you...
Right. Lesser elixir of grounding. Small grease trap. Never going to use that. Lyrium dust. Regain mana. No one cares. Potent poisons. No one cares. Deathroot. Poison. No one cares. Frost rock. Lightning runes, we can use them for enchantment. Got all these gifts. Blank vellum, do we need that? Don't think so. Okay. Save that there. Let's go and turn these quests in over here. These might actually be items that we're holding in our inventory as well.
Such a force has not been seen.
Right, I don't know what that actually affected. Okay, right, saving it there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do some shopping. I think. But not here. So let's leave. Let's make a hard save there. That was... This is the biggest problem I've probably got with RPGs like this. Is just like the management of just sorting things out so we can get back to exploring. Right, I think the best party is
Indeed.
her,
Yes,
her, and her.
indeed.
Right, tell you where we're going. We're going to Denerim. It's the capital. I need to do some shopping. There's something that I want to buy. I know it's here. We're in a fight.
I bring word, sire. There are demands from the Banorn. that you step down from the Regency. They are said to be gathering their forces, as are your allies. It appears it will be civil war after all, despite the Darkspawn. Pity. I also have an interesting report. There seem to be Grey Wardens who survived Ostagar. How, I don't know. But they will act against you. I have arranged for a solution, with your leave.
The Antivan Crows send their regards.
An assassin?
Against Grey Wardens, we will need the very best, sire.
And the most expensive.
Just get it done.
Assassins, you say? We'll see about that. This guy's running scared. I can see it in his eyes. Right, hold on. What have we got? Airlocks. Okay. With that being said, Morrigan.
An order.
Freeze them. Scott, you're doing the Lord's work here. Destroy him.
You should fight while you can.
Morrigan? Win? I need to get him off Win. Right, someone's down. Yeah, Win's doing well. Win, get down from here. Stay down there so they can't hit you. Decent, decent, decent. Last one. Oh no, there's more up here. Chop him down.
Now, better than later.
Whopper! Hey, me and Win. We're winning. Darkspawn leader, eh? I missed. This guy is weak. Your armies are dead. You are shortly to follow. Hey, we did good there.
Now's better than later.
Shitty leather armor. I was wondering, should we give Liliana heavy armor? Oh no, she requires
Can I get you a ladder so you can get off
she doesn't
my
have enough
back?
strength. Right, so that's that there. Can we just leave now? Oh, what's happened?
I fell.
You're doing okay.
For a moment there, I thought it was all over.
You're the only one that stayed alive. You did well. So what was over?
Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Oh shit. Rather brutal. Right, so we're in Denerim. I'm only going here for one reason, and that's because I want to unlock a skill tree for my guy. I can buy a book, I've got enough money for it. I don't really know how I'm looking for a guy. So let's just avoid everything. We're looking for... There, we found the guy we're looking for. This guy.
I recognize
Oh,
you.
not you.
From Ostagar. And trust his blood. You're a Grey Warden. Duncan's apprentice.
That
You
is me.
killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
It wasn't me, and you've been fed a load of lies. The Grey Warden, you must be mistaken. Lower your voice or I'll silence it permanently.
I have heard of the Grey Warden's prowess, and you seem more capable than you did at Ostagar. I won't throw my life away. Too many people depend on me, and I doubt guards would pose any challenge to you. But by word and deed here you condemn yourself, sir.
He escaped narrowly with his life.
Dwarven crafts.
Oh, this guy's got
Dwarven
magical...
crafts.
This guy's got magical mystery armor, did you see it?
Won't find better. Welcome, welcome.
What's going on with
Sell
this?
only the strongest dwarven steel, folded over 100 times in the forges of Orzammar. In times like this, surely your group could use some extra protection on the road.
That it could. I like your tie-dye armor. Show me what you have.
Every piece comes with a stamp of assurance from my wife's father, the best smith in Denerim.
Okay, so what we need from this guy is the Berserker manual. It's 11 gold, we've got 25. However, if we buy this, we've unlocked Berserker. Now, from what I've read, if we load the save game we've just saved,
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
we've still got it unlocked. Oh my god, we've still got it unlocked. Because it's actually tied to the account rather than the save game. So I'd rather do that than waste 11 gold on something that I want now. Right, so I don't actually want to be here for any other reason. So let's leave and go back to camp and we'll call it an episode. So when we come back, we can continue on more story. I think that's wise. What time is it? Yeah, I think that's wise. That's really good. Let's get back. We'll get the camp. We'll set our skills, because the reason why I stopped leveling up there is because I knew I was going to get that specialization. How do we leave? Oh, the game. Oh, well. The game crashed when we tried to go to the wide open world. This game, lads, it's something special, isn't it? It's crashed again. It crashed upon loading the game. What on earth is going on? Lads, we are in an infinite loop of crash. What the f... What? Is the save game? How can it be corrupt? I've just loaded it. No, I don't know where this is. Lads, is this game some kind of sick joke? Well, at least we've got a save here. So all that we haven't done is leave the place and... What the... Well, if I'd known that a save game could corrupt after you've even loaded it and it's worked, I would have started making hard saves.
Dwarven crafts.
No, it worked.
Fine
It worked.
Dwarven...
Why is this game the way it is? Let's make a new save.
Wrecked
This
from
is
Orzammar.
wild.
You won't find better.
I'm glad that actually managed to load there. So what else? I'm going to start making more hard saves because it looks like quick save just like overwrites its own quick save instead of making multiple slots. I just want to get back to camp. There we go.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
You do. You had me worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
You're dead. You're undead.
No, I'm not undead. If I were a possessed walking corpse and could still think, I'd kill myself. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
So you were never really completely dead then?
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Then we will have to make this the best of that time.
Yes, that we will.
Good. At least she's actually okay, but she's dilapidated. Okay. Now, before we end the episode, let's get all of this out the way now. I want to do all the level ups. So, let's see what we can work with. We've got 3 points to spend. Let's not spend them yet before we see what specialization do we... I was tempted with Berserker, but we've also got Templar. +2 strength and +10 health. 2 magic mental resistance. I'm going to go with Berserker. Right, we've chose that now, but I've got to save game in case I don't like it. Next. Now, we can either go for level 4 Master Coercion, or I'm actually going with this level 4 combat training. Now we can get the last one in that tree, and it's a massive sweep. But I've only got 1 talent. Now that's a problem, because we can get a sustained Berserker thing here. Bonus to damage. It incurs a penalty to stamina regeneration, however, which constraint reduces. Resilience adds a bonus to health regeneration in this mode. That's resilience. Okay. I did want this from Warrior Death Blow. Each time a warrior fells an enemy, the end of the battle seems closer, restoring a portion of the warrior's stamina. But I also want this, now that I've got access to it. This. Oh, we need to be level 10. Well, that's good, because I did want this, but I can't get it unless I'm level 10. But now we've got access to it. Character swings a 2-handed weapon through enemies in a vicious arc, dealing normal damage to those it hits, knocking them down unless they pass a physical resistance check. That's awesome for when we're surrounded by enemies. We can't get it yet. I'm not going to get that. Okay then, so we've got a choice. We can either get the Sustained Berserker, which is more damage, or we can get every time we... Oh, we can't get this either. We need to be level 12. Okay then. Berserker it is. Yeah, Berserker it is. We'll get this. Cool. Play. Now, let's test this out. Turn them off. Berserker is a... Indomitable alike there. Berserker's there.
Now's better than later.
Berserker doesn't take any stamina. That's amazing. That's got 30 upkeep. That's got 40 upkeep. Powerful swings. 60 upkeep. 40. Amazing. We can have all 3 of these upkeep, which means you get more crit, more damage, and more damage again. Okay, these are the things we're keeping active. That's amazing. I'm happy with that. So let's save that there. Let's spend our points in... I'm going to keep a hold of these points because I don't know where I want to spend them. So who's next on the upgrade board? Morrigan. Again, I don't know where to spend her tribute, so let's look at her skills. Oh, previous. What's this? Spirit Healer. That's going to be the woman's, the healer. We haven't unlocked that. Arcane Warrior, Blood Mage. Let's go next. Should I get her I don't know what I want here. Next. We've got 1 point to spend. I did want this, but it requires 34 magic. Blizzard. Okay, 34 magic. 30. I can't get it. That's okay. We can get it next level up. What else can we get? Creation? Oh, creation's heal. Oh, we can make her get healing spells. I'm not going to do that though. We've got a healer. Spirit Shield. 75%. Oh, hostile spells. 75% chance of being absorbed. Anti-magic ward. Anti-magic burst. Mana drain. Mana cleanse. Sacrifices personal mana to nullify mana in the area. That could be handy. Spells more powerful, but uses mana. A large amount of mana in direct opposition to enemy spellcasters who are completely drained of mana. Wow. And suffer spirit damage proportional to the amount of mana. This tree sounds good, if only to help my warrior, because my warrior, to be honest, the entire party is weak to magic. Magic's so powerful. If we can nullify that. Walking bomb. If the target dies while the effective active explodes, I don't really want. Friendly fire possible, that's too dangerous. Mana blast is good. Right, well we'll concentrate on that at another time. I do want that. It's just a shame I don't have the skills. I'm not wasting a point somewhere where I don't want it. Right, we're not wasting this point. Because by next level up that means I can probably get... Where's it gone? There. I can probably get Blizzard, which is going to be really helpful. And then we can start putting our points somewhere else. Possibly here. Death Siphon. Sustained. Draws in nearby energy, draining residual power from any dead enemy nearby. Pretty cool. Right, okay, so we're not doing anything with her. Even though she can level up. Win. What can you do? She is a spirit healer. Wait there, so healers don't have access to weapon. Like, a staff's not classed as a weapon. There's no point in getting combat focus with them. Tempted to get Arcane Shield, Revival, Life Ward. The caster places a protective ward on an ally that automatically restores health when the ally falls close to death. That's interesting. Does it last forever? Earthquake. Everyone in the area to the ground. So it's only a knockdown, doesn't do damage. 28 magic. Channels a stream of rejuvenate energy to all members of the party, significantly increasing mana and stamina regeneration for a short time. I do like that. 28 magic. Magic. We can only get a 27. There's no point in leveling her up just yet. Liliana can't. Den can. Sten's easy. We're just going with strength for him. If I'm honest, Sten's going to go down the same path I am. I wanted stunning blows. Imagine having him hitting people and stunning them as well. It's insane. That's probably one of the best skills a warrior can get. Who's after Sten? Dog. What can he do? Full strength. Bonus to critical chance attack and armor. Excellent. Alistar. Not sure where Alistar's going because he's a Templar. Got 2 points to spend. Yeah, we definitely want to give him that. Do we want that? It's just another skill, that's not actually that good. Oh, that's his Templar tree. Templar enforces melee hits against an enemy spellcaster drains its mana. Can't even get that because we're not level 9. Maybe these are good. think I'm going to go down this tree. That'll suit him just fine. And that's everybody leveled up in it. Well, as much as I want to. Okay, so we're holding on to a lot of points until we get the level. Once we reach level 10. Once we reach level 10, we can start... Oh, I can't even look at the skill trees anymore. Oh, level 12, that's really far away. That's a shame. We can get resilience next. Which means we get health regeneration in combat with Berserk. Oh my god, lads, we're going to be unstoppable. Okay, right, what we're going to do is I'm going to call an episode there. I'm glad we used this episode to get all of the... Basically, all of the shit out the way, you know what I mean? We cleaned out our inventory to a certain extent. I still don't know what we should sell. It's such a... Now that's a question. Can she wear... She can't wear heavy armor. Fine. Okay, lads, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'll see you in the next one where we're actually going to be playing the game. I'm probably going to head towards... Is it Redwood? I'm going to go towards Redwood and we'll do that main quest there. That'll be really interesting. It turns out Alistair knows people there, so that'll be interesting. I might take Alistair with me, but I don't know if I've got room in my party because I do like the 2 mages and I need that girl for unlocking chests, even though everything we get from chests is pretty dog shit. See you in the next one, lads.